So, we're back in London. Crazy crowd. Just take me through how it's been cast in with everybody and the fans yesterday and what we can expect from today.
It was perfect. It was back in London. It's what London does so well. The energy in the room, the crowd. As casters, we love it because we feed off it. As players, they love it because they feed off it as well. Overall, man, we love London. We do. I wish we could come here more often.
Yeah, I think capturing the energy in this room and taking it throughout all the other home series, I think would be ideal. What did you take away from yesterday? If you came away with one major surprise and maybe one new storyline developing, like what would that be coming out of day one and into day two?
I think for me, it's can London win in London, right? So long in Call of Duty, we've waited for Europe to win on European soil. It happened once, years and years and years ago. Like, you have to be a dinosaur or a veteran to remember it. But for me, I think maybe they can. And the sixth man or the sixth Raven, they can push them across the finish line. So for me, it's London can win in London. I'm starting to believe.
I mean, Wuskin just went off again yesterday. I mean, he had an incredible couple games out in Minneapolis. Kind of fell off in day two, but came back swinging here in London in front of his parents, no less. Is he really coming out as maybe the number one player on the Ravens team?
Absolutely. No question about it. The crowd getting behind him, MVP chants coming out. And he himself said in his post-game interview, the past couple of years, he hasn't put in the effort as he should have done. This year, he has, and it's showing. And playing in front of your parents, too, the feeling that must be for him is just, it's amazing. It's beautiful almost.
We've just seen the Toronto Ultra eliminated from this weekend. It was a pretty big weekend for them, especially from a point standpoint. They go up against a Huntsman in the first round in Atlanta. What have they got to do now to kind of keep their heads above water and stay afloat in the league?
For me, it's go back to basics. They're going to go home. They're going to get some good practice in. I think they have to just really think about all the maps and just think basic strategy. All right, how can we get ahead in series? What game modes do they want to focus on? Is it going to be their searches? Is it going to be their hard points? Domination, for me, you don't really have to worry about it too much, but you have to be consistent at least one of those two game modes to really stand good in a best of five. For me, I don't think they have to worry too much. Again, just back to basics.
And Benson, recently subbed in. Do you think yesterday, I think he was in top 5, top 6 of every KDA across all game modes yesterday. It seems like he's made an impact. Do you think they'll keep him in a team moving forward?
I hope so. As a Brit, I hope so. I think that's the one thing Ultra have over a lot of other teams is just squad depth. They have a lot of different options. They tried a lot of different things out. So it's almost at the point where you think, pick 5, stick with it, see if it works over a longer period of time. Because if you keep chop and change, it's very hard to find that consistency. I think Vance proved he's the top player, still is, always has been. So yeah, I think keep him in.
We've seen Gunrunner kind of reveal itself as the favorite map across the pro circuit. Why do you think the guys are really favoring that map over all the others?
I think it just comes down to it's a map everyone just plays very well on. Everyone feels very comfortable on it. It's a map which is always heavily scrimmed. You watch the pro players in 10s. It's always a fan favorite, it feels, for this year. And I think it plays heavily into the advantages of a lot of teams when it comes to strategy, too. So I think it's just as plain and simple. Teams love it.
I saw this morning that Infinity Warders announced that they have no details at the moment on adding a ranked system to the game. How do you think that affects the playing for the pros and not having a ranked system in a game when we have a pro league like the Call of Duty League?
For pros, I don't think it matters too much because they're going to be practicing. They have a set practice schedule. I didn't even see that tweet, so that's news to me. Really, most players, when they're playing competitively, they're going to practice on game battles, for example. They'll find ways of getting good practice in. If you're a professional, you have your scrim scheduled. So I don't think it affects that much at all.
And finally, something's happened over here. Finally, what is your prediction for today? Dallas are playing right now. They against Seattle. We've got the Huntsman. We've got Ravens still in it. Like, we know we would love to see London win on home turf, but is that realistic? Who do you predict comes out on top?
For London to win, they're going to have to go through Chicago 100%, and more than likely Dallas, right? Dallas is in good form, so they're going to have to play both. They can do it. I believe London can do it. I think the crowd is going to get behind them. For me, a London-Chicago final would be perfect.
Thanks for taking the time, I really appreciate it.